Welcome back to the latest Manchester United update. In today's video, we cover everything from Jarrod Bowen's message after Tottenham's help, Bruno Fernandes's record-breaking praise, shocking player ratings versus Brighton, and the reason behind United's kit change in their final Premier League match. Stay tuned for all the drama, reactions and big talking points. Jarrod Bowen sends clear message to Man United after Tottenham do them a favour. Jarrod Bowen has been linked with a move to Manchester United this summer, and he was speaking following West Ham's relegation from the Premier League. Manchester United link Jarrod Bowen has suggested he has no plans to leave West Ham United following the club's relegation to the Sky Bet Championship. The Hammers needed a victory against Leeds United and for Tottenham Hotspur to lose at home to Everton to stay up and send Spurs down instead. And although Nuno Espirito Santo's side kept their side of the bargain, with second-half goals from Tati Castellanos, Bowen and Callum Wilson, Spurs, who had not won at home in the league this year, beat Everton 1-0 to ensure it would be they who are playing in the Premier League next season. United are one of a number of Premier League clubs who have been linked with a move for Bowen. The Guardian recently reported that the Reds were considering the England international as an option on the left wing. Chelsea and Liverpool have also been linked. But Bowen insisted following the game at the London Stadium that he has no plans to leave the Hammers this summer. Ultimately, this season we haven't been good enough and we've paid the price, he told Sky Sports. I'm under contract here. I've been here 6.5 years. I've had some really high moments and this is a low moment that will outweigh everything. There's going to be rumours, there's going to be talk. Ultimately, what I see is getting this club back in the Premier League because that is where it deserves to be. This is a really, really low moment, but we have to bounce back because there's no other way. This is a really difficult moment. You never know what the future holds. For me, I want to get this club back in the Premier League. Right now, our vision is to do that. Before he continued, we have to go away now, not enjoy our time off because you're never going to enjoy your time off with the season we've had, but stay with your family and loved ones, recover well and prepare well for when we come back in and get promoted. He then concluded, not really a consolation that West Ham did what they needed to, because we never wanted to be in this situation. Coming into the game, we had to take care of ourselves and hold on to that bit of hope that we had. That's all we could do. We were relying on another result. Ultimately, it's not enough. I just feel hurt. I've been here 6.5 years now, had a lot of good moments, and this outweighs all of it. Getting this club relegated, it hurts. We shouldn't be in the position we're in, but we found ourselves in it, and we've not done enough to stay up. Hurt is the only thing. Manchester United player ratings versus Brighton, as 2 players get 9 out of 10 and 4, 8 out of 10. Man United brought the curtain down on the 2025-26 Premier League season with a 3-0 win over Brighton at the Amex Stadium. Manchester United cruised to a stunning win on the final day of the Premier League season after beating Brighton 3-0 in the May sunshine at the Amex Stadium. United had already wrapped up 3rd position before the final weekend of the campaign, but they ruined Brighton's party with one of their best performances of the season. Bruno Fernandes got his record-breaking 21st assist of the season when his corner was headed in Patrick Dorgu. Ahmad then got his first goal contribution since December as he laid on a goal for Brian and Mbeumo. Fernandes got in on the fun in front of goal by crashing in a third in front of a superb away end to cap a memorable day. This is how the United players rated at the Amex. Senna Lamens. Couple of nervy moments with his feet in the first half, but settled down soon after and delivered another cool and calm performance in goal. 7. Noussair Mazraoui. Much improved on his last start at Sunderland. Combative in a defensive position and linked play well when in possession. 7. Harry Maguire. Must have been playing with anger after his England snub. Dominated Danny Welbeck and was a commanding presence at centre-back. 8. Lisandro Martinez. Good on the ball and strong in the tackle. Finding some form again towards the end of the season and will be desperate to build on that. 7. Luke Shaw. Started all 38 Premier League games this season and delivered a strong performance down the left, got forward well. 7. Kobbie Mainoo. Excellent out of possession against an energetic Brighton midfield. Won plenty of tackles and duels and good on the ball. a display full of quality. 9. Mason Mount, one of his best performances in a United shirt and evidence he could play in a deeper role next season, linked well with Ahmad for the second goal. 8. Ahmad, his best performance in a long time. Unlucky not to be on the score sheet, but got his assist and gave Brighton no end of problems. 8. Bruno Fernandes. What more is there to say? Another goal, another assist, another superb performance from the best footballer in England. 9. Patrick Dorgu, back in from the start and back on the score sheet. Ran Brighton ragged down the left and could have scored more. Looks a proper left winger. 8. Brian Mbeumo, couldn't miss with his goal and confidence returning in the final weeks of the season. Decision-making improved after a slow start. 7. Substitutes. Shea Lacey got a decent run out and showed some nice touches down the right. Can play a bigger role next season. 7. Lenny Yoro, on at right back and comfortable enough. 6. Tyler Fletcher can be happy with his run out. 6. Joshua Zirkzee, a farewell song from the away end. 6. Tyrell Malacia, a final appearance for United. 6. Subs not used. By India, Heaven, Ugarte, Cunha. Bruno Fernandes praises unsung Manchester United hero after breaking assist record. Bruno Fernandes broke the Premier League single-season assist record in Man United's comfortable 3-0 win against Brighton. Bruno Fernandes has praised Jonny Evans for his role in planning Manchester United's goal from a set-piece against Brighton on Sunday. Patrick Dorgu opened the scoring by heading home Fernandes' cross from a corner. The goal meant Fernandes recorded his 21st Premier League assist of the season, breaking the record of 20 in a campaign which had been jointly held by himself, Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. Fernandes was mobbed by his teammates and his afternoon got even better when he made it 3-2-0 to United in the second half. Dorgu returned the favour on that occasion by providing the pass that led to Fernandes' goal. Fernandes reflected on breaking the assist record after the final whistle, and he revealed that Jonny Evans was convinced the work done on set pieces during training could help create a goal. When asked about making history, Fernandes told Sky Sports, "It's great. I feel very happy for that. Very proud moment. Obviously, it is not something I would dream or thinking about until I got this close. Today, I was lucky enough to get that." Jonny believed more than me in that set piece we prepared for Patrick because I was not so sure he would be able to score with his head. I got my assist, but the main thing is we won today and finished very strong. It was already special being in their company. We are talking about two players that made the Premier League so great, and they were two of the greatest in the Premier League. My style of playing has always been the same. Creation has not been something that has changed or improved. The biggest difference is my teammates have scored more goals than before, and I get the credit for that. There has been noise around Fernandes' future ahead of the summer transfer window, and Carrick said that he had no reason to think otherwise when he was asked if he was confident he would stay. Fernandes praised Carrick's appointment, saying, "Obviously, it is a very important step for our club. We need stability in terms of managing, and since Michael came to the club, you know how calm he is and the calmness he gives to the team, but also in the moments he needs to put pressure on us, he does too. He knows the club, what it means and what it demands to be at this club. We are very excited for what is coming. We finished strong, and that's a good sign for what is coming." Why are Man United wearing a different kit versus Brighton in final Premier League match? Manchester United wrap up their 2025-26 campaign with a trip to Brighton and will do so sporting a fresh look. All you need to know about Manchester United's alternative kit versus Brighton. New kit. Manchester United will take to the pitch at the Amex Stadium wearing their brand new 2026-27 home strip for the second time in a competitive fixture, having also done so against Nottingham Forest last weekend. The 1977 inspiration, the design serves as a direct tribute to the iconic kit worn during the 1977 FA Cup final victory over Liverpool, marking the start of a golden anniversary celebration. The shirt features a distinctive retro collar and wider Adidas stripes that utilise new heat management technology for the 2026 World Cup cycle. A shift in tradition. Historically, United have been one of the few elite clubs to resist wearing the following season's kit before the summer, making this early look a significant break from tradition. The move is largely a commercial strategy to jumpstart global sales and build anticipation for the kit during the season finale. Historical precedents. While rare, United have occasionally worn new kits at the tail end of a campaign, most notably wearing the 2020-21 home kit during the rescheduled Europa League knockout stages in August 2020. They also famously wore the 1994/96 Old Trafford kit in the 1994 FA Cup final, though that was a mid-cycle update rather than a next season debut. The Michael Carrick era. This Sunday marks a landmark moment as the first game played since Carrick officially signed a new long-term contract as manager, keeping him at the club until 2028. Following his successful stint as interim coach, the club hierarchy confirmed the deal on Friday to provide stability ahead of the upcoming transfer window. Premier League standing. United enter the final day, having already secured a third-place finish in the Premier League, ensuring a return to Champions League football for the 2026/27 season. This represents a massive turnaround for the club, who finished a record low 15th in the previous campaign before Carrick's appointment transformed their fortunes. Current form and momentum. The team are looking to finish the season on a high after a resilient 3-2 victory over Nottingham Forest in their last outing at Old Trafford. With 68 points and a guaranteed top 3 spot, the pressure is off, allowing the squad to focus on performance and integrating the new aesthetic. Looking forward, beyond the kit and contract, this fixture serves as the final audition for several squad members before a busy summer of recruitment under the Ineos-led board. The combination of a new permanent manager and a fresh look on the pitch signals a clear intention to challenge for the title during the club's upcoming 150th anniversary in 2028. What Manchester United fans sang at Brighton and what two players did sum up Old Trafford excitement. Man United might have saved their best performance for last in the Premier League after ending the season with a 3-0 win against Brighton at the Amex. This was a day to be in Brighton. When the Manchester United players left their beachfront hotel on Sunday lunchtime, the area was already flooded with tourists and day trippers making the most of the bank holiday sunshine. You could have forgiven those players for getting their metaphorical speedos out themselves. United have earned the right to be on the beach this weekend. The fact that they delivered what might well be their most swashbuckling performance of the season is a feather in the cap of Michael Carrick and the players. It was Brighton who had something riding on this game, but United who stepped up to the plate. On a day when one era in Manchester came to an end, this was the kind of display that gives encouragement to people inside Old Trafford that their own glory days aren't far away. Their chances of turning a half-season of real momentum into something more tangible are enhanced by the fact that Bruno Fernandes looks certain to stay at the club into next season. Fernandes could have amused himself on Saturday by scrolling through the comments after he was named the Premier League Player of the Season. The Football Writers Association's Footballer of the Year is now the best player in the Premier League. The Professional Footballers Association award could follow in August. If it does, bookmark Piers Morgan's social media accounts. In a season defined by physicality and duels, having a player at the top of his game creatively, now standing alone above Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne for most assists in a season, is an astonishing achievement and one worthy of individual accolades. It was a day to savour for Fernandes, who scored and assisted in a game for the 4th time this season. Declan Rice is the midfielder ending the season with the trophies, but it's impossible to argue he has been more impactful than Fernandes this season. At 31, he is better than he's ever been. If there is a regret for United, it's that they didn't turn their interest in Rice when he was at West Ham into something more concrete. They could already be onto something with that midfield. If they get recruitment right this summer, then there are opportunities to be had. The game was 20 minutes old when a boisterous away end started taunting Manchester City about the prospect of what comes next. "Your cheating days are over at the Council House" was the song. And if any club knows how hard it is to replace a legendary manager, it is this one. The implication is that it's not just Pep Guardiola's genius that guided City to 20 trophies in 10 years. One day we might even get an answer on that. Not that anybody in that sun-drenched away end was in the slightest doubt as to guilt. This can be a great away day, especially when the temperatures are nudging 30 degrees in May, even more so when there is nothing riding on it. The United supporters who had sweated their way down in cars and buses or found a way to do it on the train were determined to enjoy themselves, and who can blame them? They didn't sound short of hydration. To have third wrapped up with a game to spare is an achievement that looked beyond the realms of possibility when Carrick strode into Old Trafford in mid-January. The job was done already, the contract in Carrick's back pocket, but he had hinted that he would play a strong team in his pre-match press conference, talking of the need to do right by those teams bunched around Brighton who were also chasing European football. If he talked the talk, his team walked the walk. Rather than coasting, United were cruising along in top gear. Fernandez's corner was headed home emphatically by Patrick Dorgu to get the party started with that 21st assist. He wasn't involved in the second, which was the goal of the day. Noussair Mazraoui dropped a pass off to Ahmad, who produced a sharp exchange in the box with Mason Mount and crossed low for Brian Mbeumo to tap in. If Fernandez has purred all season, Ahmad has had his challenges. This was his first goal involvement since December 15th and possibly his best performance since then. Any chance of a comeback was killed off early in the second half. Dorgu teed up Fernandez this time for a fierce low finish. The offside flag went up initially, but when the goal was confirmed, Fernandez was mobbed by his teammates as he ran to the away end. It was a fitting final act for the season of his life. By now, United really were purring. Ahmad was denied on 3 occasions by Bart Verbruggen, who also denied the electric Dorgu. A 21-year-old and a 23-year-old were running the hosts ragged to further hint at the promise in United's squad. Behind them, Kobbie Mainoo was showing off everything he had learnt next to Casemiro. Billy Ocean's Love Really Hurts Without You got several airings from the travelling supporters. The new ode to Mainoo that could become a staple of United away ends for years to come. Not all of them will be as much fun as this one, but after 12 wins and just 2 defeats in 17 games under Carrick, with Mainoo and Fernandez looking world-class, there is rightly excitement around United, both inside and outside the club. On this evidence, it looks justified.